Hello, everybody. This is Johnny Cash.
Cada vez que me levantas, el olor de tu boca, oh, que me quiere desmayar. Welcome to RedRum Radio.
RedRum! 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 Stop it! RedRum! RedRum! RedRum!
Hey, you guys, as you heard, that was Johnny Cash. Say hi, Johnny.
Hello.
Thank you guys for being here with us today. I appreciate it. We got so much good feedback from the last episode. Thank you guys for that. Thank you for listening. Jonathan was so nervous and being picky about it, but I think it was good. You know, for our first time, I think we did good. And like I said, we got a lot of good feedback from a lot of you guys, and I appreciate that. I hope you guys continue listening and not taking us as, how would you say it? Like, how do I say it? Not take us too serious? Like, not expect a lot right now, because it's like we're just
Still
starting.
in the works.
Yeah, exactly. It's still in the works, so
We're
bear with
learning
us.
as we're going.
Yeah, but did anybody give you any feedback?
I think at the shop I played it, but I stopped it after like 2 minutes.
Why? You were embarrassed?
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. I didn't play it. I just told everybody to play it.
They did play it. Somebody told me that you were playing it, or were they lying?
That was Kike, I think.
Yeah, did he say? He said you were playing it.
Yeah.
So you did play it.
Yeah, but I can't really hear it.
Dude, that's so embarrassing. Why would you do that? I'm embarrassed.
Because
like, if somebody
I
was
wanted
to
to see
play
how
it-
it sounded in speakers.
But if somebody was to play it in front of me, I'd be so embarrassed.
I just wanted to see how my voice sounded when I was.
Ew!
It wasn't that bad, actually.
Oh, it was sexy? Like
Low-key.
like a call girl's voice?
I thought it was gonna be like those TikToks when you think you sound all tight, and then after it's all like, you know what I'm talking about?
Like, hey guys. No, the girl one that's like, hey babe, I'm just going to say, hey babe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, but thank you everybody that did listen to it. We're gonna keep trying to push more stories for you guys.
It's
And,
so hard to record. To get time to record. It's so freaking hard because we're so busy and like just with the kids and stuff, like if you guys didn't know, we have 3 girls and it's just so hectic, and I work during the week, and then Jonathan works as well, so his busiest days are on the weekend, so it's just so hard to freaking record, but we're here, we're doing it. I've been excited to re-record, and yeah, so
Yeah. So
let's do a little icebreaker.
let's get into it. You ready for it? Oh, I forgot. You
Not the sound. Okay.
I forgot. I think you had a.
No, leave it. Wait, I want to do an icebreaker, so we're kind of like get loose, loosey goosey, and get into it. So I want
Loosey goosey.
whatever, however you say it. I want to ask you an icebreaker question, and you ask me one.
Okay.
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
I'm asking you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is your most embarrassing moment that you can think of?
That was a question? How is that an icebreaker?
It's an icebreaker just so we can laugh at it and then kind of get it started.
Never mind, I'll go first.
Do it! Fine, we'll skip it.
Alright.
We're skipping the
My
segment.
question was going to be, what did you do with my Madden game? I've been looking for it. You said that you put it somewhere.
Oh my god.
Me and my brother have been looking for it all day yesterday. I even hooked up the garage. I put up the TV and everything, and nothing was found. So yeah, you owe me a Madden.
Fine, I owe you a Madden. Okay, are you ready for my spooky story? It's not really scary, like paranormal, but it's just fucking crazy. And I don't think you've seen, because it's a video. I don't think you've seen this video, but you might have, because it's like, I think it's like 10 or 12 years old. The video that I'm going to tell you about.
Okay.
But I was thinking about it, and I always think about it because every single time that I go into the garage late at night to get whatever, I always look up in the ceiling. Because I'm like, what if somebody was to come in here and just fucking post in the garage or like hide and then is waiting for one of us to come out and like fucking shoot us or stab us or whatever?
Well, it's a good thing I know a technique.
What?
If someone wants to jump on my back, I'm just going to flip them over.
You're gonna flip them over.
Yeah.
You don't even. I don't even think you can do that.
That technique is on point.
You never even tried
Let's
it.
try it. You get on the attic and then jump on my back and then I'm gonna flip you over. I'll put a mattress in the bottom so it won't hurt.
You're talking about it like if you've done it before, like if you've practiced it and it's like a whole technique. You can't say that.
I actually do.
No, you can't say that if you've never really done it.
For everybody that doesn't know, follow my TikTok where you can protect yourself. It's Monroy's Self-Defense Security 2008.
No,
and then,
oh my god.
Yeah.
You've never tried to do that. But anyways, it's a good technique, but you don't know how to do it. I'm sorry.
I could. Okay.
Yeah, but every single time I go into the garage, I always look up because I'm like this, and it's because of this story that it fucking freaks me out, and like the visual of it is just so freaking creepy, and like I said, it happened back in 2009, so a couple years ago, and till this day, like I guess it resurfaced, and I saw it again, and it's so freaking creepy. So the story takes place in, like I said, 2009 in New York, in Manhattan, New York. There's this guy named Joe Cummings. I fucking knew it. That's why I didn't want to say anything. That's why I hesitated to say the last name. You're so annoying. Anyways,
okay, go.
So he lived in an apartment, right? And he was noticing that food was going missing from his pantries and his fridge.
I think I heard this story.
He would buy food. Okay, just let me tell it. He would buy food and like he would come back and it'd be missing what he bought, or his drinks would like he'd buy juice, milk, whatever, and it would be like half empty, and he'd be like, "What the fuck? Like I'm not using this. Like why is it empty or whatever?" So his girlfriend, I don't know if she lived with him or she would just like come over or whatever, but he like confronted her and was like, "Hey, like what's going on? Like are you drinking my shit?" And she was like, "No, like why would I even lie about that?" And he was like, "Okay, whatever." So then he ended up setting up a camera because he wanted to prove her wrong. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna catch her and I'm gonna catch her and I'm gonna be like, oh, see, you were lying, whatever." Not like an argument type of thing, but like just to make fun of it. Yeah. What?
It was essential.
Essential? What do you mean?
Essential.
Oh, Sancho.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, so he sets up a camera, and in the video on YouTube, you can see him when he's setting it up or whatever, and then he leaves. I don't even think he left. I think he went to his room and like went to bed. So then the camera, by the way, is in the kitchen. So it's like in front of, I think I don't know what it is, but the fridge is on the left and then it's facing like his whole kitchen because it's not a big kitchen. It's in New York, so I'm assuming it's like tiny. But the camera's facing like, it's like a wall or a pantry, and on top is like the attic thing. Like what is it called? The opening for the attic? Does that have a name?
Yeah, attic hatch.
Yeah, so there's an attic hatch right in the front, and the camera's facing it. So he goes to bed, he turns off the lights, and then what is it called? The light where, for the, like when it gets dark?
Like a nightlight?
Yeah, the night, from the camera, night vision.
Oh, the night vision.
Yeah, sorry,
yeah,
I don't know the name of it.
Yeah.
The night vision comes on, and from the top of whatever it is, you could see this lady, her feet, like, come down.
Oh, hell no.
Dude, her
it was
legs...
creepy at first?
Yeah, no, I'm going to show you the video later. Her legs... Okay, she moves the top of the hatch of the attic. Her legs come down first. So you can see her legs coming down. And then there's, like, a table. So she gets on the table, and she's like quiet, like tiptoeing.
Like ninja status.
Yeah, she gets down, and then she gets on the table. She gets from the table. She's on the table, like creeped down like this, like yeah. And then he
probably was shitting bricks when he first saw it. He was like, oh my god.
Yeah, and then she steps on the floor. So then after she's on the floor, she goes to the sink, and she takes a piss in the sink.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, so you could hear like her peeing in the sink. Then after she gets off of the sink, she goes into the kitchen, opens the fridge. I mean, she's in the kitchen. Yeah, she opens the fridge, and she like starts eating like food. She's drinking like milk, whatever. You can see all this in the video. And then she goes and sits on the couch, and she turns on the TV, and she's like chilling, watching TV. Yeah,
chilling.
Yeah, like
and
big.
This guy didn't hear none of that.
Okay, so here's the thing, because after this, like she's she like hears something. I don't know if he's waking up, getting up, or if he's coming. That he can hear her, like that she hears. She hears him like coming up the stairs or whatever. I don't know what the case is, but she's like gets up, and then she like goes back up and climbs back into the attic.
Like all crazy?
Yeah, like fucking.
With no ladder or nothing?
No, yeah, she's just climbing shit up there.
That's crazy.
Dude, yeah. So she's like climbing up, and then like, and the next thing you could see him like opening the fridge.
They need to hire her for an attic installation job.
For Green Cat.
Yeah, for Green Cat. Shout out Fat Ass. Fat Ass who doesn't know, that's my cousin. Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, shout out. He opens the fridge and he grabs like the same milk that she drank out of, or whatever it is, juice, and he like drinks out of it too.
Oh, after she pissed in it?
No, what?
No, she had pissed in the
sink.
In the
no,
sink.
but she grabbed whatever juice he.
Oh, okay.
You know how you drink out a carton of milk?
Okay,
like
yeah.
she did that first, and then he went and did it.
Oh damn.
So
she's
like
probably dirty as hell.
Yeah. So then
there's probably hella rats up there and everything.
Ew, I know. So gross.
What if she was like a rat lady?
I don't know, but
half rat.
Yeah. So like, you could see him or whatever, and then like that's it. So then, after he watches this, and he's like, "What the fuck? Like, what the hell? Who the fuck is this in my fucking apartment?" So then he ends up calling police, and the police come. They checked up there, and sure enough, there was a fucking lady there, living in his fucking attic for 2 weeks.
Damn.
She was up there for 2 weeks. Like, nobody knows how she got in. Nobody knows.
She was probably going through every door, checking to see which one was open.
So I guess he lived like on the. I guess he lived like on the top floor of the building, and there was like an emergency exit.
So that's probably how she got.
Okay, so you know how we've seen like Spider-Man or whatever, and they have like windows, and the windows has that ladder thing that you can go down. So maybe they're thinking that maybe she came in through there, and like went through his window and just like was gonna rob him, but ended up just fucking staying. Yeah. That's fucking crazy, right? Yeah, so if you guys want to look at the video, you could see it you could look it up on YouTube. It's called Creeper Living in My Apartment, and it says like Joe
Cummings.
Joe, no. Pero bien que te acuerdas de eso, huh? Fuck, man. Yeah, dude, but it's so creepy. Wait, so have you seen it? Because you said that you
think I have. I think I have.
And it's so creepy because the video is at night, so the night vision's on and it's black and white. Yeah. And I'm telling you, ever since I've seen that, siempre me fijo when I go into the garage, or when I go past because we have an attic hatch right here in our hallway, and it's huge. And I always check right there because that shit creeps me out. It's so freaking scary.
I know. Damn. I definitely need to see that video. But yeah. You already let them. Where'd you say they could find it at?
It's on YouTube.
On YouTube, it's from Joe Cummings. But yeah.
Yeah, but that, like I said, it's not scary, but it's creepy because you never know, like, the shit that be up there in attics. I've never been in an attic, but
I've been in tons of attics.
Yeah, and in old ass
1920. 15s.
LA.
LA
and East LA.
East LA, downtown LA, everywhere in LA.
So have you ever like seen any? What's the creepiest thing that you've seen up in the attic?
Well, first of all, let me know. For those who don't know, I worked doing attic work for about 2 years in LA. About 2-3 years ago. Was it like about 2-3 years ago that I was doing that?
It was
That
like
that
2
long?
years,
It
like
was
a year and a half.
It was like a year and a half ago, and I did it for 2 years. Out in LA, I used to do attic
Dang,
work.
you were like 10 years ago.
Well, I wanted to sound pro.
Ew,
No,
it was
but-
all last week.
I know, until yesterday I just quit. Today was my last day. But yeah, I did a lot of attic work for LA. We used to hook people up with insulation, attic fans, and all kinds of stuff. Pretty much just making your
Boy,
house
you
fresh.
selling it or what?
If you got any questions, call me to my phone number. I could definitely set you up. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, jeez, there was a lot. I mean,
You used to
FaceTime you all.
Yes.
I remember when I used to be so scared, I'd be like, fuck, I need to call somebody. So I'd call you just so I won't feel like I was alone up there. Because I'll be up there like at 10 o'clock. You know, I'll be up there like at 9 p.m., 10 o'clock at
Nah,
night
but even if
working.
it wasn't the night, like even if it was the day,
Well,
I'd
it's
still
because
be scared.
there was like some haunted ass freaking attics. They're like hella Halloween status up in there.
No, but I'm saying like even if it wasn't in the night, it's still scary because it's dark up there, right?
Yeah, and then you just depend on your light that you have.
Yeah, that's
why
what
I
I'm
was
saying.
up in there like fucking glowing.
And he
up in
would
there.
call me sometimes at night, and I'd be like, "Boy, I'm busy. I'm like trying to," because I didn't work that time. He was like, he was the only one working, so I would just be home like with the kids and stuff, and he would call me like, and I'd be like, "What? Like, why are you calling?" And he'd be, oh my god, it'd just be so funny. Okay, but what's one of the scariest or creepiest things that you've seen up there? It better be good too.
I mean, and you know what's crazy from working and like going to a lot of different people's houses? Like it's crazy. Like you would never know. Like it could be the most normal neighborhood, and you never really know how a person is until you really go inside their home and you see their deepest, darkest secrets. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Because people be clean, like well, they
Oh,
look
they'll
clean.
be, yeah, exactly.
And
They'll
then you go into their house and it's like
it's what the heck. And you know what is crazy, man? It's you would think it's certain people. You think it's certain people that the last person you expect it to be. It's like what the heck. Like I remember this one time we were out in I think it was in Los Feliz area. It was like the older area in Los Angeles, and I was actually working with my dad that day. And it was a beautiful house, like old, like I would say, like I think if I remember, it was like 1904, 1905 build.
So they look like Victorian homes.
Yeah, almost Victorian homes, a little after Victorian home.
And those houses have like those historical plaques.
Yeah,
right? Like,
definitely.
You can't touch
can't
them.
exactly. You can't like make them look modern or anything.
Oh, you can't even fix them.
You can't. You just got to keep them clean. There's certain colors that you can only
What about
paint.
the inside?
Well, the inside, I think it's a different story. But as far as the outside, you
outside?
have to keep it like however they want. The city wants it. But anyways, we went to this house, right? A beautiful house. It was nice. It was like straight up on some Forrest Gump type looking house. Remember that big old white house? Yeah, bro. As soon as you go in, it was the complete opposite. I'm talking about, guys. Okay, when we go in there, we go in with this big old 3M mask, right? Big old 3M mask with big old filters just in case. I just go in there prepared. My dad went in there as well prepared. And as soon as I in there, big old kick to the face, I get this whiff of like pee, kind of poop smell, musty smell.
Ew.
It was dark in there, so I turned on my headlamp immediately.
Wait, dark in the house?
Yeah, it was like,
There's,
damn.
but there's people there.
Yeah, there was people living there, but it was dark in there. So I turned on the light. I kid you not, everything in there was rusty, dark, mold on the walls, everything. There was literally, every single corner that you looked, there was literally piles of rat poop everywhere. I was like, there's no way. And it's crazy because it was an older man, like maybe in his early 50s, maybe late 50s, and his two kids. He had a daughter in there and a boy. The guy was in the back doing his thing, thinking he was all, like doing his little workout stuff and everything, and the girl in there was just chilling watching TV. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Don't you want to help? And like, how do you guys live like this? Anyways, that was just a start. As soon as I walk up, literally, because it was a 2-story house, you could feel like the wood almost cracking, and like every time that
Like
you would
it's
step,
creaking?
yeah, it was creaking. Every time that you'll step, little roaches will come out. crazy.
No
Yeah, I was like,
way.
what the hell? It was so bad that I almost canceled the house, but we kind of felt bad for the guy. Like, you could tell that he kind of like tried everything his best, and like his children kind of didn't help him at all. Right?
How
Like,
is that his best?
no,
Fuck
but I'm
no.
saying as far as like you could tell he tried his best to keep the house, but like you could tell that the kids were just up to no good.
He
like,
was older?
yeah, like you could tell like the kids would probably even talk back to him and stuff like that. Like,
Wait,
they
how
were
old
just
were
back.
his kids?
They were probably like early 20s. They were still living there. It was one girl in there, and then the guy was in the back drinking with his friends. But I went up there, and oh my god, like there was literally trash everywhere, everywhere. And then we were looking for the attic hatch, so I finally got to the roof, and I finally got not. I mean, I was gonna try to hook him up, but we really couldn't find an attic entry to his attic. But we did find an entry, which was on the top floor. So while we were going up, he had this room, I guess, right? And he was like, "Oh, you could check in here, maybe." We couldn't open the door. It hasn't been open in so long that literally the doorknob and where the side frame was at, it was so
Like stuck?
jammed and stuck with like gunk and dirt that I finally pushed it off and it broke off, and I got this big whiff, like woof. I was like, "Oh my god, it smells
Wait,
like
isn't
crap
that
in
what
there."
the mask's for?
Yeah, but it was still going. So it was like a little bedroom in there. He was like, "Oh yeah, I haven't been here in a while in this room." I kid you not, it was like an old set of bedroom, and on top of the bed, it looked like the bed had been done, but it hasn't been. Nobody's in there in years. And on top of the bed, it was a big old yellow stain with piles of rat poop on top of the bed. And I'm like, damn.
I thought you were going to say maggots.
No, I didn't have.
Because I was
maggots
going
in
to say,
here.
like, wait, what if somebody, like, literally died there and
You never
the
know.
rats were eating the maggots?
That would be crazy. You never know.
No, because, I mean, when people die, they release, like, all these fluids.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, he probably went into a great depression.
Maybe that's why he, never
maybe that
went
was his
back into
wife
his
and
door.
stuff, and he
Maybe that's why
finally
he never
died.
went into that room.
Exactly. And I was all
Wait, did you
man.
think about that or no? You were
I,
just like,
I was
no.
just like, oh my god, I need to get out of here. It freaking stinks. It reeks. So long story short, I did hook him up a little bit. I kind of did a little bit of the job because I found a little area. I kind of just felt bad for the guy.
Wait,
because,
what did the attic look like? You didn't even tell us.
well, okay, yeah, that's right. So I went in there and then we found a little entry, and it was so usually when they have a second story, there's really no attic space for us to put the insulation, right? And but I did end up finding a little mini attic. Sometimes they do have little mini attics that just covers like the living room area or whatever, right? So I found a little entry. So I did my work, and yeah, I kind of went on our way. We kind of felt bad for the guy because the guy was really nice. He was offering us food, like drinks, water, but I was like, I'm good. But he was cool. At the end, he even offers, like, he gave us $5 so he could go buy us a beer or something like that. Yeah, and then you could tell that the guy, he even like stood outside watching us leave, like he was sad, like we were leaving.
Maybe he was just embarrassed.
Nah, like I don't know. He was sad, like he was trying to do conversation with my dad and everything, and my dad even got that vibe.
Wait, was
all
he
like,
Mexican?
Yeah,
Like,
he was an
spoke
older
Spanish?
Mexican. Yeah, and my dad got the same vibe. He was like, "Oh man, like damn, you could tell like que está bien deprimido." Like,
What
you
did
know?
your dad say about the house?
He was like, "No, está cabrón." Like he was like, "Que está triste el señor." Ese." Yeah.
That's so
He even said like, "Damn,
sad.
whenever we're around, we'd come by and bring him some beer."
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's one of the dirtiest ones that I ever seen. But yeah, it was crazy.
That was okay. Well, first of all, I asked you for a creepy one. You gave me a dirty.
Well, it had a creepy, it had a creepy vibe to it though. But it was
Yeah.
nasty. It was crazy. But I mean, okay, I'll give you one more. Okay, I'll give you one more.
But you're like, long story short, and then that should be like 30 minutes.
Short story long.
No, answer my question. What is the scariest or the creepiest thing that you've ever seen in an attic?
I mean, that was pretty creepy.
In an attic, boy.
It
that
was the
that
attic.
some
Technically,
border
it was
shit.
the attic. Technically, it was the attic. But
Did you ever
Man.
find anything that you're like, what the fuck? Because
yeah,
you
I
told
think
me
a
you
few
found.
times. I
Yeah,
think a
you
few
told me
times.
that you found a couple things, but
Yeah, I was in the East LA area one time, and so I got two. Let me think. I mean, which one should I give you? Let me
the
give you
creepiest one.
It's because they're all pretty creepy. One's pretty
No.
crazy. Okay, I have a creepy one, but it wasn't in the attic. Do you want me to tell you that one
Yeah.
later? Okay, I'll tell you that one later.
No,
So-
right now.
No, I'm gonna give you the attic one. We're gonna save that one, and I'm gonna keep you guessing. All right. So, one time I did a house in East LA. Blah blah blah. I met the owner. The owner was talking to me. She was like, "Yeah, I just you know, inherited. How do you say it?
Inherited
This house from my grandma. She's had it here. She bought this house originally like in the 1930s. I'm like, damn. So she was like, whatever you find up there, like, you know what I mean, like, just you could bring it down or just give me whatever. So I go up there. It was a pretty easy attic open. There was only a few things. I give it to her, and she was like, hey, by the way, my grandma collected a lot of dolls up there, so if you see any of them, can you just bring them down? And I'm like, okay, for sure.
Hell no, you were like, fuck me in the ass.
Low key, I was kind of scared, but I was just so on it. I was just trying to get in and out, right? It was just hot that day. And so I'm like, is there anything that I need to watch for? Because I usually ask, like, do you know if there's any, like, damage? Like, I know I give it a thorough look, but is there something else that you want to tell me about? Oh, no, like, I'm asking because, like, they might be pests up here and stuff like that. And she said, I don't know, like, I think there might be rats up there because sometimes I hear, like, scratching noises on the top, right? Okay. I'm like, all right, well, I'll keep a look at it. I didn't see anything. So she, like I said about the doll thing. So I started doing my work and stuff like that. And I find, I find, like, a tarp. And my heart jumped a little bit because it was really dark in there. And I just had my flashlight, right? Like, the spotlight. And it was a tarp. It was a tarp. And I see a leg sticking out.
No.
I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, oh, hell no. And she was all like,
scary.
so I moved it, and it was like a doll with the legs sticking in the back, with the head twisted, facing me. As soon as I opened it, I'm like, oh fuck. And I started. I was like, damn, that's kind of creepy. So I went right back over there just to get some light to get more into the attic entry. And she was waiting right there. And she was like, oh look, I found this doll. And she was like, hey, is there another one? Because I know she had one that she really loved. I know there was another one up there that she had since she was a baby. And I was like, oh, I didn't see anything. She was like, yeah, it should be one. I think it has like a little black dress with a little bow on top, whatever. I'm like, all right. So I keep looking. I kid you not. As soon as I turn around to do the other side, it was literally sitting on his ass facing me. Right away like this. I'm like, oh my God. No. I didn't even want to touch it, so I made my dad come up and grab it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was like, hey, Pa, can you grab it for me? I can't reach it. It was like, all right, and he grabbed it like nothing. He just gave it to her.
For real?
Yeah, and then at the end we talked. I was like, it's kind of weird, those walls. He was like, yeah, están medio raras.
Your dad's probably like, fuck this man. That's dirty. I can't believe you did that.
That's what I had on my thing. You know?
That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Dude, that's creepy.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of
hell
creepy
no.
stuff. And that's just the start. I could tell you tons of more stories that I found.
What if the dolls were the ones that were scratching?
That's what I thought the whole time. My mind was just running crazy. I was like, oh my God, what if they're running on
And
top?
you didn't want to touch it because Jonathan's always like, don't touch it because it's going to
What if it's
haunt
cursed?
you. Curse you, yeah. That. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my God. That's crazy. Well, maybe next time we can get into a little bit more stories like that. Oh, this was so fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We had fun doing it. And again, thank you guys for listening. Any feedback is greatly appreciated and welcomed. Until next time, this is RedRum Radio.
RedRum, make sure you tap in. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.